What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here with the quartering and a little bit of tech update news. Telegram, an encrypted messaging app that allows just about everyone on it, has been under fire lately for, well, whatever happens when you allow just just about everybody on an app. I mean, look, ultimately, you got to take the good with the bad. Unfortunately, with Telegram, there was a lot of bad. It was used by literal Terrys. It was used by a lot of scammers. It was encrypted, protected, anonymous. And anytime you have that type of tool, bad people are going to utilize it. The problem is there are a lot of good people that use those apps too. And, just like in the early days of Bitcoin, how many people thought it was untraceable and unprotected, and unprotected from the government, or it was protected from the government. We found out that basically wasn't true. And now we've basically been learning that end-to-end encryption is essentially a joke. The CEO of Telegram has essentially been, arrested, strong-armed into complying with the government and dropping the dime on people on his app, including people's phone numbers, people's IP addresses, and a whole lot of other things. Because the government's big mad, Telegram will now hand over your phone number and your IP address if you're a criminal suspect. Now, I don't know what that means. Do I care that much about literal Terrys getting found out on this? No, I don't. The problem is you cannot trust our government. And where they have an opportunity, if you grant your government emergency powers, they'll create an emergency to get access to those powers. I'm paraphrasing that badly, but you get what I'm saying. And ultimately, you have a situation now where if you're deemed a suspect, not even somebody who's been convicted, the Telegram will hand over your information. Telegram will now turn over users' phone numbers and IP addresses if it receives a request from authorities, according to its just updated privacy policy. This is according to The Verge and every other news outlet. If Telegram receives a valid order from the relevant judicial authorities that confirms you're a suspect in a case involving criminal activities that violate the Telegram's terms of service, we will perform a legal analysis of the request and may disclose your IP address and phone number to the relevant authorities. Now look, here's another thing a lot of people don't know about Telegram. It has a big ring of those creeps. You talk about a ring of people, you know who I'm talking about, right? People that spend too much time near the playground. And I don't care about them going to jail, but I do care about applications who provide, encrypted end-to-end encryption and anonymity complying with law enforcement. It was no different than when Liberty Safes got involved in this. Oh, the government says that you loitered on J6, so we're going to call Liberty Safe and we're going to figure out what your safe is, what your safe combination is. And then they got it, and everyone was pissed, right? Because the government will just say you're a suspect. The government will just say, "Hey, he's a wrong thinker. We need his IP address." Now, do I care if they get people that are using Telegram to swap people and all that stuff? Yeah, it's easy to cheer for that. It's easy to cheer for, rings of those creepazoids that exchange pictures. It's easy to cheer for literal Terrys getting caught out, busted on Telegram. It's easy to cheer for scammers getting caught on Telegram. Does anybody remember how YouTube comment sections were basically a total mess, where people were impersonating me and scamming my viewers, saying, "Oh, you've won a prize. Just go to this Telegram and Give us, I don't know what kind of information. And we'll send you the prize someday soon. Right? Someday soon, we'll send you the prize. I don't know who they got, what they got from them, but I remember it. I remember having to block that word from my YouTube comments so they couldn't put the link in there. In a post on Telegram, Durov says the company is making these changes to, quote, deter criminals from abusing the app's search feature. Telegram's search feature allows users to look for public channels and bots, but Durov says that it's been taken advantage of by people looking to sell illegal goods. So they're going to censor search now. So Telegram is going to censor their search feature, and they're going to turn you in if the authorities say you're a suspect. Not if you've been convicted, if they say you're a suspect. We've made it clear that the IP addresses and phone numbers of those who violate our rules can be disclosed to relevant authorities. In response to valid legal requests, Durov wrote in his post on his Telegram channel, we won't let bad actors jeopardize our integrity of our platform of almost 1 billion users. Out of that billion users, you have, I don't know, 20,000 bad actors. Okay? And make no mistake about it. I don't know how mad I can be at Durov here. They were going to jam him up. They were going to put him in prison. They were going to arrest him for the crimes of people on his platform. Not crimes that he committed. But just because you make... And look, it's the same thing when you look at Rumble. I keep telling them, hey, download the Rumble app, follow the quartering. If you haven't, please do. Okay? Yes. When a new platform that is free speech, forward... launches, especially, you're going to have a high percentage of people that have been banned everywhere else. You're going to have a high propensity or a high percentage of, or above an average percentage of, literal creeps. That's the price of free speech. That's the price of anonymity. So if you're cheering for this, then you are not pro-anonymity. If you're cheering for this, then you are not anti-censorship. Because there can be no middle ground. I realize that there is an initial reaction to this where it's like, they get the scammers and the creepazoids and the Terrys, that's good. But then they're also going to weaponize this against regular people. You look at even like Reddit. Of course, a bunch of idiots on Reddit, right? This is no big deal. They're not going to use this to go after the little guy. That's what they're saying on Reddit. Basically, nothing you use, no matter how encrypted or protected they say it is truly anywhere near it. Anything that we have that is like encrypted or has protection or whatever the case may be, whatever the government has is probably 10 years ahead of that. Because I just want to do crime and peace, WTF, Telegram. They're saying I only use... People are on Telegram for the storage part, not for the privacy, brother. Bull. I used to have a Telegram group for the anonymity. Then it just became one of the many, many things that I had to manage, and I did a very poor job managing everything. By the way, that's why I moved everything to the quartering. It's actually not, technically you could sign up now, but it's not going to be live till tomorrow. But all my members' content's going here. Members only Discord goes here. So everyone who's a YouTube member, I want you to sign up on the quartering instead. Everybody who's a member on Subscribestar or Locals, I want you to come over to the quartering instead. We have a members only Discord, and all members can call in at the end of my live shows every single day and get on the air, which I think is pretty cool. And I got to take this out. As much as I love Subscribestar and Locals and to a lesser extent YouTube's membership stuff, they could all ban me at any moment. This I can at least control. But look, I don't know what this guy was supposed to do. They literally arrested him and they said they were going to throw him in jail for the crimes of people that used his platform, not the crimes that he did or that he alleged to do. This is just another serious encroachment on our First Amendment rights. This is a serious infringement on encryption. This is another reminder that anything you put online, no matter what the app is, no matter how encrypted they say it is, it's probably going to get got. It's probably going to be available to the government upon request. Because at the end of the day, these organizations are still there to buy money. You see, don't buy this bogus story. Our government is censoring and banning every media that is not controlled by Maryland except Telegram. They can't shut it down, so they're going to put the fear of God into the feeble minds. I mean, here's someone saying lock them up. For what? Creating a free speech platform? Free speech is most important when you're defending bad things. And by the way, if the FBI or law enforcement or whatever is mad that people are using Telegram to commit crimes, then they should create a department, okay, that can, watch for it then. It's not the platform's responsibility to censor its users. The FBI wants to troll these chats. I mean, they're in my YouTube comments. They're on Reddit. They're on Facebook. They're on Twitter. They're everywhere. So they can create a team to police Telegram and watch out for Terry activity, just like they've probably been doing forever. But Telegram has now been forced to bend the knee and will release information to the government when they ask. And believe me, it's only if you've been suspected of a crime, which means when they need to say you're suspected of a crime, they'll just invent one. A sad day for free speech. I hate to report it, but that's my job. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.